Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Marcy Jones. You're watching Eyewitness News on the
Wax.
We've got a lot to talk about, but first let's head on over to meteorologist Scot Haney for a check of your first alert forecast. Scott, what do you got?
We got nothing out there right now, but here's a 6-hour loop. Look at all the rain that pushed into parts of southeast and northeast Connecticut. Thus, the National Weather Service issued a flood advisory. I got a report as much as 2 inches of rain in Brooklyn from Jonathan there, so thank you so much. The rain is done. All right, as we take a look, the fog is still with us. 1, a quarter, 1, goose eggs, 1. Not good along the shoreline this morning, so please exercise caution. Satellite and radar confirms the fuel source was 2 hours south, but that has kind of dried on up. So that's some good news. We're expecting partly sunny skies during the day today. Your temperatures will be soupy in the mid-70s in inland Connecticut, upper 60s along the shoreline. Yeah, it's going to be muggy with dew points in the 60s, temperatures in the low to mid-70s, and it's going to stay muggy for days to come. And there's a first alert on our 7-day forecast. I'll have that information coming up for you a little bit later on in the broadcast. In the meantime, 7:02. Marcy, good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. I want to give you the first alert here in Berlin. Crash, overturned motor vehicle on Route 9 southbound between exits 35 and 33. We're hearing the left lane is closed. We're working to learn if there were any injuries there and what exactly led up to that crash. We'll have more for you in just a little bit. Other than that, no other things to report across the state, so that is good news on this Thursday morning. I'm Marcy Jones with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. Right now, police in Vernon are investigating a possible armed robbery at a vape shop on Hartford Turnpike. Police say an unknown amount of cash was taken, and we're working to find out if anyone was hurt and if any suspects have been taken into custody.
Right now, parents and students in Waterbury say they are rattled after a student brought a gun to school. Police say the student took the unloaded gun onto a school bus and then showed it to another student. Once school leaders at Wilby High learned about the gun, they locked down the school. Police arrested the student, who is now facing charges. Well, later today, 2 Connecticut high school students will face a judge after police say they set a Chromebook on fire.
Investigators believe the teens were taking part in a dangerous TikTok trend. Your reporter Roger Suzanne explains why more students could face similar charges in other districts.
Good morning. Yeah, investigators do tell us that they believe at least 5 students at schools scattered across Connecticut actually set their Chromebook computers on fire, mimicking a dangerous social media trend. And now we're starting to see some potentially serious consequences for some of these students, including 2 court appearances and several serious charges. So here's what we know right now. Police tell us last week here at Southington High School, where we are this morning, 2 students actually set their laptops on fire. They were apparently taking part in the TikTok trend known as the Chromebook challenge, where kids actually shove objects into their computers until they heat up and then catch on fire. Now, luckily, a staff member here at Southington High School quickly tossed the Chromebook computer right out the window, so nobody was injured, but everybody had to evacuate. It was a big waste of time, and the wildest part is similar fires have been reported in Newington, Cromwell, Derby, and in Plainville. And again, now school leaders and police are warning parents to discuss this issue with their children, with their students, and let them know that obviously this is a huge danger and a big waste of time as well. Now, in terms of these 2 students at Southington High School, they have not been identified, but we know they are a 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old boy. And again, they face serious charges this morning. They'll appear in court. They've been accused of reckless endangerment and several other very serious charges. Reporting this morning in Southington, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Right now, nurses at a major Connecticut hospital are sounding the alarm over their patients' quality of care. This morning, frontline workers are holding a demonstration outside of Bacchus Hospital.
Your reporter, Owen Kingsley, is live in Norwich. Has the rally gotten underway? Owen, we know that you've been talking to people out there. What have they been saying?
Well, a lot of people it really just boils down to 2 things: better pay and better working conditions. So much so that they've come out here to demonstrate. This is dozens of nurses at Bacchus Hospital here in Norwich gathering here on this drizzly early morning. And we're expecting to hear from more of them, of these union leaders, later this morning about these specific concerns going on inside the walls of Bacchus Hospital. These workers today are trying to send a message to the hospital's management and the greater community as they negotiate a new deal. Now, this is not a formal strike, It's called an informational picket, just trying to send a message. Hospital workers claim that there's a patient care crisis going on inside those walls. They say they feel overwhelmed by the number of patients that are rather under their care at any given time.
Following the safe patient limits law that we passed last year, making sure that our wages are marketable and comparable with area hospitals, giving us, workplace violence reduction. There are so many things that we were looking to do to provide safety for nurses and for everyone, patients included, inside that building.
Now, this group behind us that are demonstrating has been steadily growing throughout the morning. Again, in about an hour, we're expecting to hear from union leaders about specifically what they are asking for and the state of those union negotiations. Now, Bacchus Hospital, owned by Hartford Healthcare, we've reached out to them as well to try and hear from them about these negotiations, as well as these claims of unsafe working conditions. We'll continue updating you throughout the morning as things develop. For now, your reporter live in Norwich, Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Great reporting, Owen. Thanks so much. Tonight, families in Coventry will have the opportunity to learn more about the school district's safety procedures. The district is hosting a security forum at 6 p.m. in the Library and Media Center at the middle and high school complex. If you can't attend, you can catch it on Zoom.
Well, this morning, the East Lyme Deputy Fire Chief is out of a job. Eric Quinn was placed on leave last week amid an investigation into multiple fires, and now he is officially fired. Sources tell Eyewitness News there are suspicions of arson. Town leaders say they fired him to restore trust in the town's fire services.
The Brantford man accused of killing his son with a baseball bat has pleaded not guilty. We learned during a brief court appearance yesterday that Anthony Esposito is getting a public defender. He's due back in court in July for a pretrial hearing.
And right now, the owner of Pietra's Family Funeral Homes is facing a criminal charge, accused of stealing more than $80,000 from elderly clients. Philip Pietras is accused of taking money from prepaid burial accounts and putting it into his personal accounts that are linked to gambling. He was released on bond and is due back in court next week.
Happening now in New Haven, school leaders are warning of staffing cuts unless the district receives more funding. The district currently faces a $23 million budget deficit. Funding proposed in the city and state budget would cut it to about $14 million, but the district would still need to lay off more than 100 employees and eliminate over 40 vacant positions.
And right now, state lawmakers are moving ahead with a bill to protect teenagers on social media. The State House has passed a bill that would prohibit social media algorithms from targeting children between 9 at night and 8 in the morning. A little background here. Algorithms recommend specific content to users based on their search history. So this bill will also require parental consent to allow personalized algorithms during the nighttime. The bill now heads to the state Senate for a vote.
This morning, Pratt & Whitney is explaining why thousands of striking workers will lose health care benefits on Monday if they remain on the picket lines. The company says striking employees are not eligible for pay or benefits. They say that they've extended benefits coverage for 2 weeks to let employees find alternatives. Workers say they will remain on strike until they get better benefits and more job security.
Well, this morning, we are so close to finding Connecticut's best breakfast spot.
So close we can smell the pancakes. And thanks to your votes, we've narrowed it down from thousands of choices to just 3. Two Brothers Cafe in East Hampton edged out the Shack in East Lyme earlier this week to secure a spot in the championship.
So now we are in day 2 to choose a winner on the other side of the bracket. And that matchup is between Blondie's Diner in Willimantic and Dom's Broad Street Eatery in Windsor.
Right now, we want to take a look at Dom's. This is a family-owned restaurant. They offer breakfast, lunch, and catering services that look so good.
Yeah, do you see the dressing on their booth?
Yes.
Yes, I love that. Really getting into it. The owner says it is a place to enjoy good food and good company.
Over at Blondie's Diner, they serve breakfast all day. Their first location in Willimantic opened 10 years ago.
And they expanded to a second location in Chaplin just a few years back. There's Marcy.
There I am. It's too tough for us to decide, so we must have your help. You can choose right now by scanning the QR code on your screen or by clicking Vote Now on our website or app.
This matchup has remained pretty close all morning. The voting continues until 11 o'clock tonight, and then we'll reveal the winner in our championship matchup tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News at 4:30.
this month, it would be 7. 77 on the 8th, 77 on the 12th, 77 on the 13th, 77 on the 14th.
Go to Vegas, play 7.
Is that remarkable?
Yeah.
Remarkable. All right, in terms of rain, it's been a wet month. We picked up 0.04 just before midnight. The rain came in after midnight, so we're waiting for an update by very early tomorrow morning. As we take a look at the bus stop, kids, you're going to be outside for recess today with mainly cloudy skies. You might see some intervals of sun from time to time, and there is an opportunity for a passing shower, but it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. It's going to be soupy, though. Dew points in the 60s, temperatures in the low to mid 70s in inland Connecticut, upper 60s along the shoreline. Muggy with isolated shower opportunity. The sun was up at 5:30, sets at 8:05. You will see some limited sunshine during the day today. Hey,